to ask forgiveness for, or we died before we were able to seek Allah's forgiveness, we ask Allah to remove them from us and to allow us to die among the righteous. And to die among the righteous is to have lived among the righteous. Because if we have lived among the unrighteous, the greatest likelihood is that we will die among the unrighteous. This is what this dua calls to. That we choose for our friends, the circle who we spend most of our time with, that they be from among the righteous. People who will remind us of Allah. Because those friends, that company has an impact on us. They will affect us. If we're among the unrighteous who are talking about unrighteous things and doing unrighteous things, it's easy for us to join in with them. It's easy for us to feel comfortable. Maybe we even look at them and say, oh, I'm good in comparison to them. And we become overconfident with ourselves. But when we are among the righteous, those are the people around us that we spend most of our time with, then we will find ourselves wanting to try to improve. Because we will see others around us doing much more than we are doing. And that will be incentive for us not to be confident and satisfied with what we're doing, but to look at it and say, well, we could do a lot more. There's a lot more that we could do. And so it is very important for us to choose our friends well. As the Prophet ﷺ had said, you will be raised with your friends on the Day of Judgment. So if those people that we spend our time with are people who we wouldn't like to be raised with on the Day of Judgment, then know that we don't need to be living with them, to be hanging out with them, to be spending most of our time with them in this life. Because a person who is in the midst of others becomes like them. This is the group effect. Peer pressure to conform, to be like, to speak like, to think like, to act like. This is real. So we must choose our friends well. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow us to be among the righteous in this life, to find for us good friends who would remember us, remind us of Allah. I ask Allah to keep us away from the evil elements of our society, to forgive our past misgivings, our past wrongs and evils from being amongst them. As we ask Allah to guide them. O Allah, guide those around us who are themselves misguided.